Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Daniela. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. It means a lot to me. I film about medicine and lifestyle, and on today's episode we'll be starting our new series titled Inside House Job Nigeria. Yay! Excited! I'm very excited, guys. As you guys can tell, the whole essence of this series is to answer the questions of, final year medical students, aspiring house officers. Many of them are curious, many of them are unsure of what centers they want to pick to do their house job, their 1-year compulsory internship program here in Nigeria. And the whole essence of this series is to answer your frequently asked questions. So as many of you may know, I did my house job in Afe Babalola Teaching Hospital, Nigeria, and I get a lot of questions, a lot of DMs, this, that. So I've tried to compile a few and just check out really the frequently asked questions about most centers. So we'll be picking the centers one by one. Today's episode will be answering questions about Afe Multi-System Hospital. What is the place like? What's the accommodation like? What's the payment like? What's the work environment like? I'm here for you, and that's what we're here to do. So if that sounds like what you want to see, what you want to watch, please stay tuned till the end of this video. Drop your comments and let me know what you guys are thinking, and give this video a thumbs up. So first of all, Afe Babalola Multi-System Hospital is one of the best places to do your house job in Nigeria. Like, I'm not even happy now. Coming from somebody that is their product, it is one of the best places to get your house job done in Nigeria. So as the video goes on and on and on, you get why I said so. The first question here is, where is Afe located? She's located in Ado-Ekiti, Holy Road, Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State, Nigeria, West Africa, Africa. So the second question is it accredited for housemanship? Yes, it is accredited for housemanship. I'm not exactly sure of the slots. You can check that from the MDCN website, number of slots, but it is accredited for housemanship. Definitely accredited. So the next question is, how do I apply? So the way it works is they don't batch recruit. They take a certain number of house officers, and when somebody has completed their 1-year rotation throughout the unit, when it's time for them to finish, they bring in somebody else to replace that slot. So that's the way it works. It goes on and on. So it's possible that 2-3 people finish about the same time and then they replace those people. Do you understand? But not like they will not take 50 people at once, 100 people at once, like the way it works for some federal state centers. So it's like you're filling up a slot that has just been vacuumed, something like that. And how do you apply? You apply to the hospital's email and they invite you for an interview. You send in your documents and they will get back to you. If they want you, they will give you a resumption date. How competitive is it? It is quite competitive. Who doesn't, like I said, who doesn't want to? It is one of the hospitals, the best facilities in Nigeria, doing a lot of medical procedures and not readily done in different parts of the country. So like, it is a very good place for learning, exposure, facilities. It's just, as the video goes on, you will know why it is quite competitive. The question is, what is the salary? So when I was there last year, I finished last year, we're getting just a little above 250k. So there's total sum of, but there is an amount that gets to you as per take home. So they remove tax, remove accommodation and things like that. So the amount that gets us is just a little above 250. But now, I think about a month or 2 months ago, salary was increased to about 400 and something for house officers. I think 430 or thereabout for house officers. So, which I think, is not bad. I think it's very good in this country of today. Even as a medical officer, I'm not paid up to that. So is accommodation provided? Yes, accommodation is provided. In fact, Afe has one of the best accommodation in this, just like every facility, it has its own ups and its downs. But I'm just here to answer your question. I'm not here to talk about the ups and the downs. I know I'm laughing. So there is an intern building. There is a building just for interns. It is a self-con. It is a room with a bathroom, and a kitchen. Very fantastic, spacious, come with wardrobe, come with bed. Very nice. The kitchen is furnished, the bathroom very nice. You understand what I'm saying? When I was there, the intern building wasn't completed till I was about leaving. So I didn't move into the intern building. It was a new intake staff moved in there. But I stayed in a room and parlor with kitchen and bathroom furnished, perfect, and just very beautiful, and very, you have your privacy, like nothing like two house officers sharing a room or three house officers sharing a room, something like that. Although when you come in, because you have to finish your registration process, then get your accommodation, that short lag of time you might have to pair with somebody. So the way it worked when I was there is the person that was housed last by the newer house officer houses the newest house officer. Do you guys get? So the person that was housed last will house the incoming person. That's the way it works. So at least you are done with your registration and you are able to get your own apartment. Or you can furnish your room however you want. You can do it to your satisfaction. You can bring your fridge, you can bring your whatever to make your life, like to make life easier for you. There are some certain rules that are specifically for the inhabitants of the accommodation in the compound. You can't bring in pets, you can't spread your clothes on the railings. I'm sorry guys, I had to move the camera closer because I wasn't comfortable the way I was seated. I was saying that there are not rules that you will not be able to cope with, to be honest. And the way the light system works is each room has its own meter. So you have your unit, you pay for your units. I can't really remember how much we used to pay then, but you pay for your unit, and when it's about to get exhausted, you buy another one. So you're the one controlling. If you like, use all your light and use it to operate fridge, microwave, everything. Now you dey pay for your light because they generate their own electricity. So you pay for every this thing that you use. You guys get what I'm saying? What is the work structure like? So the way it works is, like I said, I said that you fill in slots that a previous house officer has just left. So if that house officer is leaving medicine posting, you that are coming inside, you have to fill up that slot. So you are going to go to medicine posting, but there is a standard rotation. You rotate through medicine, surgery, O&G and PEDS as it is according to the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. But the movement, the way it moves is medicine. Let me just use my own rotation: medicine to O&G to PEDS, then to surgery. So if you are starting with PEDS, you are going from PEDS to surgery to medicine, then to O&G. If you are starting with O&G, you are going from O&G to PEDS, then from PEDS to surgery to internal medicine. Do you guys get it? You are starting with surgery, so you are going from surgery to medicine to O&G, then to PEDS. It could change based on however the number, if they feel like, oh, there are more house officers in these units than this units, you guys get, so they can change the arrangement from time to time. But that's the standard rotation. The different departments are relatively chill, to be honest. I mean, not chill as in like no work. I mean chill as in the senior colleagues are very great, like consultants, professors, residents, MOs. Very lovely people. There are people you can work with, there are people you can walk up to and ask questions, there are people that can guide you to do, like, the environment is not toxic. I mean, normally the medical profession is toxic. So if the medical profession is like 100% toxic, like Abwad is not toxic, to be honest. Once in a while we can have some toxic senior colleagues that come from other facilities, and sometimes they bring their toxicity and come from wherever they are coming from, but because they are not toxic, and we dilute their toxicity anyways. So that's just on the lighter note. So it's a very good work environment because you can walk up to senior colleagues, oh sir, please can you help me, I want to learn how to do this, and then they will teach you a lot of procedures that you can learn. Nobody's going to castigate you for saying, oh, this, that. Nobody's going to insult you, insult your father, insult your mother because you can't do something. Do you understand? So it's a good learning environment, so many procedures that you'll be scared to do because you are doing it for the first time. They'll walk you through it. I'm saying this because I have, passed through this thing. Do you get? My first A&E call, I passed two catheters. Not that I've been passing catheter before or anything, but I already had an idea of how to do it for medical school, definitely. But as per the doing, because house job is about you doing, not necessarily, it's like you doing the things that you claim to have learned in school. So I already knew what passing catheter was all about. I passed, I think, one or two in school, but that was as a student. I made a lot of mistakes. So like doing it in house job now as the doctor, not a student, you guys get. So they walk me. By the second time I was doing it alone. The MO didn't even go there with me. So it's just to build you through the confidence. The first time I sutured, it happened to be with the CMD, and I was shaking, but he's the head of the facility, and he was calm enough to teach me and walk me through the process. How much more a medical officer or a resident? You guys get what I'm saying? The first time I passed the UVC too, I was scared, I was sweating, the AC was on, I was sweating. My mom said I should not worry, that is here with me, but I would do it by myself. So that is if you are ready to learn. There will be people to teach you, to walk you through every process. You will never ever be on your own. They won't push you to fail. You guys get what I'm saying? They won't push you and just leave you hanging. They'll push you, but they will put their hand to catch you. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. So it's a very great learning environment. So you do presentations as well. You do presentations, like you have to do presentations at least per posting. Internal medicine, I think I did two topic presentations. Then there are morning reviews. There are departments like the house officers that do the morning reviews, like O&G, PEDS, then surgery morning review is even brace. So it's an all-round this thing. That is if you apply yourself, because the senior colleagues are quite like I said, they are not toxic, they are chill people. If they see that this one is not ready to learn, they will leave you alone, because they also want to get the job done. They also want to, what's the English now? They also don't want to spend too much time on what they're supposed to do. So they will just do it themselves. They see that this one is not ready. But once they see that you are accountable, they can trust you, you are responsible, they will leave a lot of things in your care. And that is how you learn. Do you guys get what I'm trying to say? So it's a very, very good place. Do most of the basic procedures that this thing, and then there are some ICU procedures like maybe femoral cannulation or this IJ cannulation. All of those things you could assist the people that are doing, like intubation and stuff. You could assist them, and once they see that you're showing interest, when there are cases, they will call you. They will say, doc, there is this case, would you like to come and perform it? You will be there, you will do it, you'll be with the senior colleague. Though they will not allow you mess up. They also don't want you to mess up, but they want to see you do it. You understand? I told you about my first time suturing, right? By my second, third, fourth time, my MO left me alone. Like massive RTA, my MO is suturing the leg, they will leave me to suture the hand. That's because they know that, okay, they've taught you and you can do these things. Even with bone dressings, I remember when I was about to leave my plastic surgery posting, they did not want me to leave my plastic surgery posting because I made the work so easy for them. I was always doing the wound dressings. Like by the time initially I was assisting. By the time they saw that I started doing the wound dressing by myself, it made work easier, because though my MO will say, okay, let me do this with this patient, you go and do this one with that patient. So it's like that. It gives you confidence as a doctor, because if you don't perfect some skills in house job, you might never really perfect them. Well, depending on the area of medicine that you want to specialize in, to be honest. So for internal medicine, I'm not sure about what it is at the moment, as I speak, but when I was there, there was family medicine posting, neurology posting, endocrinology posting, cardiology, and I think gastroenterology. Pulmonology. So you go around. There's a way they would give you your rotation within the department, how you will go around. Then for surgery, there's general surgery, there's urology, neuro, ortho, plastic. You go around all the units, really. You might have to combine this unit and this unit. So you go around all the units within your 3 months. Then there's ER posting. That's accident and emergency posting. Right now, it is now a posting on its own. I think it's about a month. But when I was there, it was a like you combine it with every other posting except PIDS, because PIDS has its own children emergency. Do you guys get what I am saying? So the calls are quite frequent because we're just how many officers were we that time say. So in a posting, if you are not lucky like me, you could be like two house officers, because it was just myself and somebody else for most of the time in every posting that I get to. So like I was having back to back calls. So the calls can be very frequent. Calls can be very frequent. While it is an opportunity for you to get good exposure, for you to learn stuff, low-key can be very exhausting, very, very exhausting. You just realize that you're living in the hospital. You're living in the hospital. You're every now and then you're just kind at some point I just leave my call bag in the call room, because what's the point of taking it home? I'm on call tomorrow. I'm on call next tomorrow. I'm on call the day after the next tomorrow. Do you guys get what I'm trying to say? But it's very good because I mean you are exposed to a lot. On some days calls might be very the hospital can be very calm, nothing, and on some days it can be chaos. You can never predict. Are you going to say, oh, today accidents will not happen tomorrow? You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's how. So you just have to keep your mind open. Then you have to use a system, a laptop or a tab, or if you can use the EMR on your phone, because they use an electronic medical record system (EMR), which would entail you using your phone, your laptop, tab to be able to access patients. I used to document, access patient record, nothing like folders, nothing like carry paper here and there, like you're doing the trenches. So what's the workload like? The workload is really, it can be very crazy because it is a very good referral facility. We have a lot of cases that are referred to abroad, like on a daily, because they have a lot of facilities there. They do a lot of procedures there that are not done in the regular, so the referral system is crazy, so it can be very, very busy. It can be, so on some calls you might not sit down at all, while on some calls you can actually just rest and just be happy. But sometimes it won't be very full, like I'm talking full as in like above 20 patients, and you'll just be you, one house officer, one reg, one house officer, one MO, one consultant on call. And obviously, we know the consultants, not like they'll come and sit down with you, except it's something beyond what the reg or the MO can handle. So it's practically you and your MO on duty. Sure you guys get. So what have I not answered? So the questions have been good learning exposure. So I've tried to like put everything together. What is the lifestyle like? Okay, so let me not lie to you, it's quite boring because the hospital is located towards the outskirts of town. It is quite far from town, to be honest. And when I was there, the road wasn't exactly great. So you rather just sit down inside the hospital, get anything you want to get around the school environment, and anytime you can go to town, except you are mobile. And even if you are mobile, that road is discouraging. Do you guys get? So, but I mean, I heard it's better now. I heard that there is a new route that can make it and makes transportation much more easier. Yeah, but as a house officer, I was practically always in the hospital, always inside the hospital. So I mean, inside the hospital, I mean like on duty, because I was like on alternate day call. So maybe once in 2 months, I'll have time to go all the way to town. You guys get what I'm trying to say. So, but you can make life interesting for yourself, to be honest. You can go to town, go to parties, go to anything, do anything you want to do, as long as you do your work as a house. Not that you'll be found one thing. You guys get, but generally I do Ekiti. It's not exactly one of the best places for the nightlife and this thing. Although it is there, it's present too. There are clubs, there are hotels, and but you can't compare it to Lagos or compare it to maybe IB. You guys get what I'm saying? So what else? What have I not answered? Are there food, basic amenities in the hospital, canteen in the hospital? Okay, so before I left, there was a staff lounge. We're selling food for staff members. It was very great. There are like supermarkets, and because their students don't cook, so definitely there are canteens, but there's no call food. I don't have much to say about that, but there's no call food. So sometimes on your call, you can get about an hour or two, depending on your senior colleague, to go and eat, change, and come back for your call. That's how you bring your dinner or what. But the call rooms are very great. There are beds, there are microwaves, refrigerators, everything to make you comfortable during your call. Bathroom, toilets, everything to make you comfortable during your call. Very comfy. But call food, there is a clocking system. The clocking system is like an attendance system. So you register during your registration as a staff. So you go there and do pump. It's like an attendance, and if it's not up to a particular percentage, they might not pay you that month. Why? Because you stop work. So that's the way it works. Although I heard that at some point we're not using it for house officers because we're practically living in the hospital, and then the way because it's just a 1 year thing, and then you get your after your 12 weeks rotation, you get your 1 week in between to make it 13 weeks ticket. So that cannot exactly work for full-fledged staff that have to. You guys get what I'm trying to say. So my lesson is show up at work every day and just abide by the regulations. Is Abide a good choice overall? I think it is a good choice overall. Definitely, it has its downside. Also, depending on the type of person that you are, type of environment that you like. Let me put it that way. For some people that are attracted to toxicity, they might not like this place because this place is not toxic, to be honest. But I think it's a very good choice if you ask me. I don't know about you, but I feel like with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you, right? That Aba is one of the best centers for house job in Nigeria. You guys should stay tuned for the next episode. Which hospital do you guys want us to talk about? What more questions do you guys have? We can continue the conversation in the comment section. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope that I've been able to answer your questions as concerning Abad Multi-System Hospital. If you have watched this video up until this point, please drop a comment, like this video, share and subscribe. So many people want to know about Afe Babalola Multi-System Hospital, what house job is like there. So many people want to know. So please share to as many people as possible. Alright guys, I'll see you in my next episode. Bye.